condition you are supposed to shoot at the enemy. When your life is at stake and you have no other means of protecting yourself, you are allowed to fire. When your colleague's life is at stake and there's no way you can stop, you are allowed to fire. And when the community or any infrastructure you are protecting is being destroyed and you have no other means of stopping them, you are allowed to fire. So
to be outside performing burial every day, and they expect us to silence. Now it's an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. And look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching me. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. If they say they kill Muslims, Muslims are being killed. By who? By Muslims.
Virginia Congressman Riley Moore joins us now. Congressman, you're urging Secretary of State Rubio to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Okay. What do you really want Trump to do about this?
Well, what we want is for the killings to stop, and it's a systematic campaign of persecution by Islamic terrorist organizations, not just Boko Haram, but IS West Africa, and also this Fulani tribe that lives in that middle band that has been just discriminately targeting Christians and killing them. You saw the numbers that you just put up there. I mean, they are absolutely horrific. Making this a country of particular concern will limit and restrict their security assistance programs with the United States. So we have been training and equipping the Nigerians in the hope that they were going to stop Boko Haram and eliminate them from Nigeria. Well, that's not happening. And I think there is a question of there is collusion in between the current Islamic government in Nigeria and these terrorist organizations that are killing Christians en masse. So what we want is for President Trump to put that designation back into place.
Well, what I don't understand is why there's not more publicity in the United States for what's going on in Nigeria. When you're killing thousands of Christians because they are Christians and they're being killed by Islamic terrorists, I think that's major news here, and I can't understand why it's not.
And it absolutely should be. Just this year alone, Stuart, we've had 7,000 Christians murdered. That's 35 a day are killed in Nigeria just for professing their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We cannot allow this to continue. We cannot.
Every time the North will say, hey, Nigeria is indefeasible. Okay, make Nigeria stable and peaceful. They refuse. If it is Christians that are doing this and they are doing the North, will he still say what he said? They would have been shouting Araba, Araba, Araba like they did the first time. The North should not think that we are fools. So every time they speak as if they want one Nigeria or they love Nigeria. If you love Nigeria, is it not Northerners that went outside there to bring terrorists into Nigeria? No, tell me. Was it mention one Christian? Even nnamdikanu did not do that. Yeah, they are talking they want one Nigeria. You can see deceit. The Sultan knows exactly the cause of this insecurity. He knows where it's coming from. He knows the people that profess a particular religion that are behind it. Yet they will not even interrogate it or call a meeting for it. Every time, Nigeria is a lie. It's a lie. Whether they like it, if we didn't do, maybe our children will think better. That's the truth. This thing must not continue. The way these people act and behave is so annoying and so provocative. The other one, an Islamic clergy, at a sheikh, at that height, came out in the open and told the whole world that God told him to kill Tinubu's wife because she's an infidel. The first lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Somebody from your religion said it because of religious sentiment, and you are telling me Nigeria is Nigeria. You are talking to yourself, the Sultan. I won't agree with you because you people have used this religion to intimidate everybody since time immemorial. Everything you people do is all about religion. If it's not, if it doesn't favor him, no. I remember when they want to hold Miss Nigeria in Abuja. This same people, because of religion, they took it to Calabar. Is that Christians? Do they behave like that? They don't even bother with you whenever they want to do something. They just do it without caring. Is that not enough for people to say, look, we are leaving you people. Since you like violence, stay with your violence. We are going. Every time Nigeria is a lie. One day they will realize that we are not fools over here. I'm not joking. Because look at it yourself. Right. How can you claim you love Nigeria?
We are absolutely out of time. We are absolutely out of time.
Into Nigeria.
Introducing to the military. They say enough is enough. And again, we're looking at the killing of Christians. Even most of the time, the way Boko Haram uses drone to kill most of this military is uncalled for. They said enough is enough, and most of them said they rather go to their fatherland and fight for their freedom. What is your take as regards?
Anybody that is thinking of that direction should go back and check out how we got to that point. And of course, and it's a good thing to say, it's a good thing to think. You should pull away completely from Nigeria and completely in all the engagements because of the supposed sabotage, of the Igbo presence in Nigeria, the Igbophobia thing that is going on in all ramifications within all the sectors of the economy and within major institutions currently now. These are the one of the tribes that led to the struggle for independence in Nigeria, where they are being thoroughly and deliberately, sidelined. I listened to Ned Nwoko, recently, where he made it very clearly, that the marginalization of the Igbo people is intentional. That's Ned Nwoko. You can go. I'm not the one saying it. You can go and verify and find out yourself. And these are the things that triggered, continuous disengagement of the youth in anything that has to do with Nigeria, and they feel better of that the only hope that can restore their lost honor is to go back to where they come from, and going back to where they come from is returning and embracing the sovereignty of the people's nation, Biafra. So let me just give you why they are not going to be involved in anything that has to do with Nigerian military being recruited or getting involved in Nigerian military. Remember, unfortunately, Nigeria came with a big one, a lie. Thank God for social media now. We are breaking their jinx gradually. This conventional media that has killed 6 million Igbos as a result of familiarized lies. Let me just put it that way. Some quoted lies. Just to make sure that a certain aim is being, a certain interest is being represented. So they said it was an Igbo queue, you can remember, but then when you ask them, they will tell you that the Igbos dominated the military, the police, or whatever, or the institutions, or whatever at that time. No, we are no longer dominating anything. And that's the reason why the Hausas are saying currently now that if Igbos were in the military, there wouldn't have been Fulani, herdsmen, Boko Haram, ISIS, Wulu, Al-Qaeda, name them. Whatever you call, they can name them. Name them as many as you can name them. But that's the fact. So there's no how you were able to get to that point and begin to think, because it's just like a pot of soup without salt. It can never be tasteful. Igbos are resilient people. They are Republicans in nature, and they are daring and they're courageous. You can see what is happening in nnamdikanu. nnamdikanu is just a replica of what an average Igbo man is, both spiritually and otherwise. So joining the Nigerian military, for me, I don't think that the Igbos want to do that because Nigeria have rejected them and they can never reject themselves.
The Nigerian military are saying there are no forms, and why are the Igbo youth?
It's not going to be functional. Nigerian military is not going to be functional in that capacity of confrontational with the enemies, because it requires grace, it requires divinity, it requires honor, it requires critical, intelligent thinking, IQ, hypersonic reasoning before you be able to engage a head-headed enemy like Boko Haram and the rest of them right inside of Fulani herdsmen, right inside their domain. So the Igbos have that capacity, have that mentality, have that bravery. You can see people that engage almost the whole world in only 5 years of genocidal. You know what I mean by genocidal war? And you can go to the dictionary and understand what genocide means. What genocide is, a compromised intention to wipe away an ethnic, nationality in one way or the other. See, let me tell you, compromised intention. What I mean by compromised intention? So, genocide is carried out intentionally. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So there was a calculated intention to wipe away the Igbo tribe. Like other tribes in the world, I can begin to mention to you now. There are tribes that have existed in this part of the world. There are no more. For example, there's this story of a woman that appeared in New York some time ago that came from Terenza. You can remember the story. Terenza existed in Nigeria, but the tribe is no more in the world. Sorry, but the tribe is no more. That's the message. So because that it was, fanatically impossible, the Igbos become the first black Africans to start invasion. They start inventing many things. They say necessity is the mother of invention. They invented a lot of things. The first time in the history of a black man, to invent, weapons of warfare without a white man's input. An Igbo man was able to achieve that. But unfortunately, instead of developing on that, the black man, the same black people, they killed it. So it is better at this point in time, because I do not see anything Nigerians want to offer Igbo man or a Yoruba man or an Hausa man that they cannot offer themselves. So what is the basis of this unity? And that's why the youth are saying, no, let me die in honor than to die a coward. I can give you an instance, right there in the Bible, very clearly. It is better for me to die in the presence of God, a sinner, than to die in the presence of Satan, a righteous person. That's the meaning of that. Christopher Musa must understand that. Bola Tinubu understand it very clearly. That the continued dismantling of this Fulani military, years of dominance, must be achieved without any reservation. That's the clear picture. Bola Tinubu must understand that. I can tell you the number of people that have died as a result of this issue till date, and it needs to stop. That's the message, and that's what it means. Igbo youths have rejected Nigerian military, and there are reasons for that, and the reasons are not far-fetched. They want their own sovereignty, where their blood and sweat and steam can count. Thank you.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Samonepa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Samonepa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Samonepa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That is for Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed, in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria
And that's what Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk. Between Mazi Samanepa and that terrorist, who is more deadly? But here we are today. Mazi nnamdikanu is still in detention. Kanu is still in detention because of the Igophobia, of the hate. If Samanepa happens to be from the Fulani extraction, Samanepa would not be a terrorist. I can beat my chest because we've seen Fulani militias that have been given amnesty. We've seen Fulani militias that have been integrated into the society. Now that Finland are waiting to the ICC, Nigeria should immediately hand over CDS Musa for custody. Because the French government have done their own findings too. And they've seen that something is pushing under the ground. That this man has a connection with these Fulanis, has a connection with these bandits, has a connection with these terrorists. So if they are sincere, they should hand over CDS Musa to ICC for questioning. Because now that the French government has done their own conclusion, I've seen that CDS Musa himself is not innocent in this. Nigeria cannot pretend as if they are not aware that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how they tend to die the matter, it is in the social media space. Everybody has seen it that CDS Musa has been declared wanted by ICC and the Finnish government. No matter how the Nigerian government want to die this matter, but they are very quick to declare Samanepa and IPOB a terrorist group. Now that the Finnish government and the ICC has declared CDS Musa a terrorist, why is the story not online? Why is the story not flying online? Because they themselves are also part of people championing insecurity and terrorism in the country. And that is why I say that anybody that speaks against the vision of the country, they will do everything possible to take that person off the hook. They will do everything possible for them to take that person off the hook. That is why I see that Mazi nnamdikanu has been in detention. And the Finnish government, they were so gullible to be used by the Nigerian government. They were just too gullible. Because if they were not gullible, why would a country like Nigeria come to tell you that Samanepa is the one sponsoring insecurity all the way from Finland, and you sit your ass down in Finland and you believe them? But there are some rumors that the envelope also changed hand. You know Nigerian story now. You know Nigerian government, that Nigerian government, anything that Nigerian government cannot do to bribe does not exist. I am very sure that the government have bribed the Finnish courts, and that is why I see that Samanepa was wrongfully accused and sentenced. Now that the appeal court is now coming out to reverse all your stuff. it is now a very clear indication that Samuel Ekpa is innocent of all the charges leveled against him, because the Finnish government has come out to indict CDS Musa, saying that CDS Musa is the major financier of insecurity in Nigeria, and it should be tried by ICC, not just local courts. It should be tried by ICC. Enough of all these presents. We know that this one Nigeria, it can never work. No matter how we tend to rub our heads, no matter how we tend to try to patch things up, that one Nigeria cannot work. And that has always been the current state of nnamdikanu, that one Nigeria would not take us anywhere, and that it will not work. Today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not coming out. Now, the list of people, ICC will publish names of people sponsoring banditry and sponsoring insecurity in Nigeria. Their names will be published. And when that is published, let's see how CDS Musa would escape it. Let's see how CDS Musa would escape the wrath. They have used kangaroo judgments to sentence Samuel Ekpa. But today, the truth is not coming out. The truth is not out. That everybody knows the reason why insecurity is still thriving in Nigeria. And it's just because of one person that claims he is protecting the masses, rather underground, supporting the fight for terrorism. But the question is, how long can we continue to be deceived? How long can we continue to be deceived by the Fulanis? Don't forget that the CDS is a Fulani man. How long can we continue to be deceived by a Fulani man in our own country? And tomorrow you say that Biafra will not exist. Biafra will exist. No matter how we tend to hold it, Biafra would exit the country. No matter how we tend to keep it, Biafra would exit this country. And I am sure that nnamdikanu and Samuel Ekpa will come out strong, no matter how they tend to do all this rubbish. They will come out strong. If today is the first time of coming across this channel, please kindly like this video, share it, comment for more political discourse. Thank you.